Practical number 5 is to execute DML commands in SQL. The practical significance is that the student should be able to create a database table using the integrity constraints and should be able to use the data manipulation language to insert, update, delete, and manage the database. This will help to understand different issues involved in the design and implementation of the database. The relevant program outcomes that can be achieved is discipline knowledge, experiments and practice, engineering tools, and communication. Competency skills. This practical is expect to develop the following skills, that is design and execute data manipulation language queries. In this, they will be able to create the database table, insert single or multiple rows in a table, update single and multiple rows in a table, and delete single or multiple rows of a table. Relevant course outcomes, create and manage database using the SQL commands. Practical outcomes, create and execute DML commands using the SQL. Then relevant effective domains related outcomes are follow safety measures and follow ethical practices. Minimum theoretical background required is about the data manipulation language. In this, their main commands are insert, update, delete, and select. We have covered this data manipulation language in a theory session. Then we have another statement like insert into and update set where. So this is how we'll be using these queries. Then we have delete and select. Procedure. Now using the appropriate database to create a table by applying integrity constraint. Insert single or multiple rows by using insert command. Displaying the content of table using the select command. Then update single or multiple rows using update set where command by giving specific conditions in a where clause, and displaying the content of table using the select command to check the updation. Then select delete single or multiple rows using delete command. Use where clause by giving specific condition, where clause to delete the particular rows from the table, and display the content of the table using select command to check whether the rows are deleted. These are the resources that are minimum required to perform the experiment. Precautions. All SQL statement must end with a semicolon. White space used in SQL to describe blanks and tags. Follow safety practices. And these are the actual resources that are used: the system configuration, the Windows version 10, and the SQL. So starting with the insert command. So we will be using the tables that we have created in experiment number 4. So insert into employee values. So insert into the table name values. Now you have to remember the order in which the columns are created. First one was the EMP number. So accordingly we have to put the values here. Then the second column was the name. Third column was the department number. Then the department name, job ID, and the salary. Now whenever you are inserting the values, you have to take care that whenever you are entering any numeric value, you enter directly. But when you want to insert some characters, then you have to use the single quotes. As you can see here, for the Shreyas, that is the employee name, I have mentioned in the single quotes. Similarly, for the department name, single quotes. Similarly, for the date also, we have to use the single quotes. So if your query is right, it will show as one row created. Similarly, now this is the second one. Now we have already applied the integrity constraints of primary key and foreign key. Now we will test here using the insert. Now since employee number was an unique, that is primary key, so it cannot be repeated. So for the second employee, John, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to insert and I'll again give the number 1 at. So it is showing me that unique constraint, that is Scott. Now Scott is the username through which I have logged into this SQL plus .pk employee. Now this is the constraint name that I have given while creating an employee table. Violated means you are breaking this rule, the constraints. You are not following this constraint. So here what it is giving me that the primary key constraint is not being achieved. So it is showing, giving me the error. So it is not allowing me to insert the duplicate values for the column which I have specified as the primary key. So in order to correct that, I have made changes. So I have made here 2 and then the value for the second employee. So one row created. Similarly for third employee number 3, employee number 4 and 5. Now this process, every time I have to write insert into statement. So there is another way. One way is to write insert statement for every entry. Another way is this way, by using the ampersand. So you have to write a query like insert into employee values, ampersand, then the column name. Now this is the same way what we write a scanf statement in a C programming language. So write ampersand, then your column name, comma, ampersand your column name. Again here the column name which accepts numerical value will be written as it is, and the column name which accepts alphabetical or the characters will be written in the single quotes. As see here, we have specified in the name and in the department. Then once you write this query and you say enter, so it will ask like this, enter a value for EMP number. So I have entered details one by one for this particular employee, that is employee number 6. So after the last value, when I say enter, so it will show me like this. See, old means what I have specified in the query, and the new. So these values are assigned here. 6 is assigned to employee number, Simran is assigned to e name, production is assigned to department, 20 is assigned to department number, production is assigned to department name, 172 is assigned to job ID, and 38,000 as a salary. So one row is created. So instead of writing this, so I will perform this way to insert a data. Similarly, I have done this for employee number 7. So in this, for employee number 7, again one row created. Now you may be thinking like writing this kind of query again and again, that is more tedious job as compared to the normal insert command. So one thing you can do is, when you write this command, execute this query, and if you get a proper response, that is see one row created, just type a / and say enter. So it will again ask you for the employee number. So you can continuously go on entering the new row just by putting a / and say enter. So now for employee number 8, so again it is showing here that one row is created. So this is how we have inserted the values. Now just to see whether all the values are inserted or not, so I am writing the select statement, that is select star from employee. So it is showing, see all the employee numbers, name, department number, department name, job ID and salary. So we have inserted 8, so 8 rows selected here. Now similarly we will be using for the department. So in this department I have inserted one value, so one row created. Now when I'm trying to add another entry, here it is showing me that integrity constraint, that is Scott.fk employee violated, parent key not found. Now fk employee was the foreign key constraint that I have given while creating a department table. Now here it is showing me that parent key not found. Now this is because what I am doing here is employee number 12. So I am inserting employee number 12. We have already seen this in the experiment number 4, that employee number of department table is referencing to the employee number of employee table. So it will have only those values that are present in the employee table. So but in our employee table we have only up to the 8 entries, that is employee number up to 8. So 12 does not satisfy that condition, so that's why it does not allow me to enter the record for this particular employee. So once again I will execute. So in this case I have changed to 6, so it has allowed me. So one row created. Similarly again / and I have inserted another one row created and one more row. So total we have inserted 4 rows. Now to check the values whether they are inserted properly or not, so select star from department. So it shows you the department number, employee number, department name and location. Now here you can see that this line is coming into the next line. Now this is because the size that I have specified for department and name and department location is very big to fit in this particular screen. So that's why it is going to the next line. So while giving the size, you have to take care that you do not give the size too small or too large. So this is how you have inserted data into the employee table and the department table. Now altering this table. So altering the table means changing the structure of the table. So alter table, your table name employee, then add hire date. So that is, I want to add a column hire date which is of the type date. So if your syntax is properly, then after the semicolon you will get as table altered. So you want to check whether the table actually the column is created or not. So what you do is select star from employee, so you can see here now hire date column has been added, and it will not have any values because it was added after the values have been inserted for this table. So now we want to enter to this particular values for this column. So what we'll do is we will use this update employee set hire date. Now this is the structure, this is the date format that we are using, that is DD, that is for day, then 3 digits for the month specifying in the characters, and the 4 digits for your year, but it as a record it will accept only the last 2 digits of your year, where employee number equal to 1. So what I'm doing is updating a table, setting some values for a particular column based on some condition, that is say employee number 1. So I have see for employee number 1, join hire date is 4th June 2020. So select star from employee. So it is showing me here the date, that is 4th June 2020 for this particular employee number 1. So this is being updated. Now similarly, I have written the update command for all the other employees. So I have written all the for the employees. So up to the 8, employee number 8 I have updated. Now I want to check whether all the updates are being made properly. So select star from employee. Now I can see here all the employees have been registered with the hire date. So this is how we use the update. Next, some queries like select star from employee where salary greater than equal to 25,000 and salary less than equal to 60,000, which means I want to find a particular employees whose salary falls between 25,000 to 60,000. So this is how I'm writing. So this is my condition, like give all the records of employee whose salary is greater than 25,000 and salary is less than 60,000. So you can see here in this salary column, that is the salary falls between 25,000 and 60,000. Similarly, if I want to delete, so I have given a condition, that is delete from employee where ename equal to Shreyas. Now when I am doing this, I have got again a error which states that FK employee violated, that is child record found. Now this is because I have a record in department table for this particular employee. So I cannot delete that particular because it is referenced by some another table. So that's why this is giving me the error of my foreign key violation. So what I'm doing here is I am giving some another name. So now this John does not have any references to another table, so that's why it was easy to delete. So just to check whether it was properly deleted or not, I will see here. We can see here employee number 2 has been deleted. Now I am getting only 7 rows. So this is how your delete command works. Now these are some practical related questions. Now you have already have the manuals soft copy, so you can perform this using this statement. So and some theoretical questions like analyzing the difference between drop and delete, how to delete multiple records and mention true or false, that is justify after drop table the structure of the database table remains the same. So you have to justify this, and these are some exercise. So again we are considering the same table and you have to perform this particular 6 questions here. So if you have any doubt regarding the data, you have another one question here.